Venezuela rejects a constitutional rewrite, and in sport, West Indies women end the World Cup on a losing note. I'm Nicole Best, and this is the Caribbean in 10 for Monday, July 17. I'll be back with the details after the break.
Join the Caribbean Broadcasting Union and its regional and international partners at the CBU Annual General Assembly, August 21st through 24th at the British Colonial Hilton Hotel in Nassau, the Bahamas, under the theme Digital Developments in Caribbean Media. Prime Minister of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, Dr. the Honorable Hubert Alexander Minnis, will welcome delegates during the opening ceremony. Guyana's Minister of Public Telecommunications, the Honorable Kathy Hughes, will offer a keynote address on digital developments in the region. See the launch of the UNESCO-sponsored Manual of Social Media Guidelines for Caribbean Journalists, with guest speaker Jamaica's Director of Public Prosecutions, Paula Llewellyn. And hear from international media players about the new developments in digital television standards in Europe, the US, and Japan. And this year's Caribbean Broadcasting Awards Gala at the Atlantis Resort Paradise Island is not to be missed. Call 246-430-1007 to book your space in the 3-day conference and exhibition. Don't miss the CBU 48th Assembly at the British Colonial Hilton Hotel in Nassau from August 21st through 24th. Discounts on flights to the assembly on the official airline, Caribbean Airlines.
We begin in Venezuela, where millions have voted to reject President Nicolas Maduro's controversial plans to rewrite the country's constitution. Nearly 7.2 million Venezuelans took part in the non-binding referendum organized by the country's main opposition parties, with the overwhelming majority of voters coming out against Maduro's plan. That plan would see a vote on July 30 for a new constituent assembly. Its 545 members will have the power to dissolve state institutions, including the National Assembly, where opposition parties are in the majority. The opposition wants new elections before Maduro's term expires in early 2019, and they say rewriting the constitution would almost certainly delay this year's regional elections and next year's presidential election. It fears the new body could herald dictatorship. A nurse was shot dead while queuing to vote in the capital, Caracas. Men on motorbikes opened fire, killing the 60-year-old woman and wounding 3 others. The opposition blamed a parliamentary gang for the shooting, which prosecutors said they would investigate. Separately, a journalist was grabbed by what he said was a group of government supporters who robbed and beat him, but he managed to escape. In Bermuda, an opinion poll has given the ruling One Bermuda Alliance, the OBA, a commanding lead over the main opposition Progressive Labour Party, the PLP, ahead of tomorrow's general election. But most pundits agree the outcome of the vote will again hinge on a handful of marginal seats. The OBA squeezed home by just 2 seats in the last election in December 2012, but later lost that advantage and became a minority government after former cabinet ministers Mark Pettingill and Sean Crockwell resigned to sit in the 36-seat House of Assembly as independents. Pettingill is not running in tomorrow's election, while Crockwell, his partner in a Hamilton law firm, was found dead at his home last month. The 59-year-old Premier Michael Dunkley is Bermuda's most popular politician, according to the poll. Last month, he preempted a planned vote of no confidence in his government by 38-year-old opposition leader David Burt by calling an early election. A total of 46,669 voters are registered to cast their ballots on Tuesday. But both main parties, are running a full slate of 36 candidates, while 5 independents, including a former PLP premier and an ex-OBA chairman, have also thrown their hats in the ring. 400 prisoners from the Georgetown prison that was burned down earlier this month will get temporary housing at Lusignan Prison Complex later today. The prisoners, who were being held in an open space on the compound, will be transferred to a newly constructed holding area, which is said to have improved facilities. Some 1,018 prisoners were displaced on July 9 when fire was set to the Camp Street prison in the capital to facilitate a prison break. Since then, most of the displaced prisoners were being housed in an open space on the Lusignan prison compound. In the meantime, work is continuing at the brick prison building at the Georgetown prison and another area which were not destroyed by the fire. Media reports out of Guyana say these two buildings will house a total of 350 prisoners upon completion. To date, over 400 prisoners have been transferred to the New Amsterdam prison, the Mazuruni prison and the Timehri prison. Trinidad and Tobago's Labour Minister says it's unable to intervene in efforts to bring an end to protest action being taken by pilots with the regional carrier Caribbean Airlines. According to Labour Minister Jennifer Batiste-Primus, based on the Industrial Relations Act, the ministry's hands are tied. CAL pilots are refusing to fly the 5 ATRs for the airline because of what they say is the airline's total refusal to address serious safety issues and concerns they have raised. Since Friday, several flights had to be cancelled and were delayed due to the pilots refusing to operate the aircraft, which they say have been experiencing constant technical problems. At the Tobago Terminal and Piarco International Airport on Sunday, passengers complained of waiting for hours. Last Sunday, a CAL flight crew had to make an emergency landing at Heranoa International Airport in St. Lucia after a warning light came on. 2 days later, another aircraft scheduled to fly to St. Lucia faced technical problems and passengers were forced to disembark and utilize another aircraft. Stay with us. Your Midday Sport is next.
Vanessa's worst fears have been confirmed. Charles needs surgery.
Oh, I like this costume. Good thinking.
Charles knows something's up, but not that he's in danger.
Yeah, I have to talk to Kay and see what she says.
So he's still on the antibiotics, right?
The first event of the Games, sitting volleyball, saw the Air Force and SOCOM teams moving on to the gold match being held later next week, and Army beating the Marines for the bronze medal. Of course, the official start of the Games wouldn't be complete without the ceremonial lighting of the cauldron and a few motivating words from the ceremony's host, Jon Stewart.
I didn't come up here to support these athletes. I came up here to get support.
West Indies women ended their ICC World Cup campaign with a 92-run defeat to hosts England women in their final match. Already eliminated after losing their opening 4 games, West Indies entered their contest on Saturday playing for pride. And the Caribbean women didn't start out badly, managing to restrict England to 220 for 7 or 50 overs on Sunday. Leg spinner Afi Fletcher took 3 for 33 from her 10 overs, while off-spinner Anisa Mohammed conceded just 32 runs from her 10 overs. But in the West Indies' turn at the crease, the batsmen let them down badly. They got 29 from teenager opener Hayley Matthews and 23 from Chedian Nation, but no other players passed 20. And they collapsed to 128 for 9, slumping to their 5th defeat in 7 matches. West Indies ended the tournament 6th on 4 points and suffered elimination along with Pakistan, Sri Lanka women and New Zealand. England ended top of the standings on 12 points. Reigning champions Australia finished 2nd, also on 12 points, but with an inferior net run rate, while India was 3rd on 10 and South Africa 4th on 9. And that's the Caribbean in 10. Join us at 6:30 for Caribbean Newsline. Do have yourselves a very good afternoon.